Yo, what is up, everybody? This is InsidiousPurple, and we are back. And yes, we are playing Guilty Gear Strive. Alright, so before I get into this video, I just want to say that in this video, we're going to have the secret code for the sweepstakes that I am running on my channel. So be sure to watch through the video. It'll be somewhere in this video, but be sure to watch for it. And I will give out that code in the video for you guys to utilize to give you a better advantage at winning the sweepstakes. So make sure you guys watch the video through to get that. All right, enough of that. So today we have Giovanna, right? So as the title says, I'm just going to go over her frame data, and I'll go over a couple things that I like to do with her. Online is it's a new friendly way to use her. This might be common in other fighting games, but they have something called the numlock, the numpad combination, right? So essentially, it's the numpad notation. My bad. So essentially, I'm going to show you some pictures of each of her moves here. And essentially, the way they label each move, it'll have a number in front of it, and then P is punch, K is kick, H, S is slash, and H S is heavy slash, while D is dust move. But the numpad notation, essentially, it'll be related to the numpad on just a standard computer keyboard, or even on your laptop. I don't think most laptops have a keypad, but essentially the directions that are on there, you know how 5 is the middle button, that's neutral, 6 is forward, 4 is back, 2 is down, and 8 is up. So essentially that's what that means. Let's start off with punch. So this is labeled as 5P. That's it. It's the fastest move she has standing. It's 4 frames on startup and has a 9 frame recovery. So usually when you're up close, you're really up close to your opponent, this is usually one of your best moves to start off with. And then you can probably go into your special cancel into another hit. So the next move essentially is just 5K. And remember, 5 is neutral, so all you gotta do is press the kick button. Right, you can see down there in the lower right corner, you can see the kick button. And that's usually gonna be like your 3. Punch is gonna be, of course, square is gonna be your 1. Slash is going to be your 2, and then heavy slash is going to be your 4. But I would get used to the terminology from the numpad notation so that you can learn how to communicate how to use these moves universally, right? That's your kick. Starts up at 6 and it has a 10 frame recovery. Doesn't have as much range, really. Not much range, not much pushback, not much damage either. Right? So it does about 30 damage, give or take. And it's kind of a nice little, it's kind of a mediocre poke. Now let's go to the slash, and like I said, in Guilty Gear Strive, the slash move changes. So this is basically 5S, 5 slash, right? This is just my standing slash, right? Now if I get close to the opponent, it changes. See, I'm not pressing anything else but slash, right? far slash, close slash. Close slash is really good because you can really do your you can do that thing. So let me show you. So you can do your Roman cancel, right? So when you get up close, so we got our heavy, right? Has a lot of range. This is one of her moves that has the most range. So if you need to really, if you really need to, if you're with like right here within jumping distance, right, and you really need to get a hit in, this is probably one of your best moves right here. Let's go with standing D. That's her dust move. It has quite a hefty startup. It starts off at 20 frames. If you charge it, it'll be 28. So right now we're going to go into our directional buttons as well. So that's 6P, 6 punch. So 6 punch, right? Remember the numpad notation. 6 punch, 32 frame. It does 32 damage, but its startup frames is 13. So essentially, it has some decent distance. And if your opponent is airborne, you can use it kind of as an anti-air as well. So 6 high special, right? So the first hit does 32, second does 28, and then the third one does 29. Does quite a bit of damage, as you can see. Some easy button input. Alright, so now we're going numpad notation. 2 is down. I'll admit, I tend to mash that. $2K. Can't really do anything with that. Yeah, you can't really do anything with that besides that. If you can make them block, you can probably go in with her overhead. This move is an overhead. Right? Now, let's go to the low slash. This move is still good. And for perspective, right, this does 22 damage. That's your 2P, 2K. 28 damage. This does 32. Right, so startup frame is 9 frames. I do like to dash in and get the low. That's something I commonly like to do. That is real, by the way. This move is your down heavy slash, down H, 2H. So essentially 2H, startup frame is 11 frames. It's a lot. Yeah, it's in the double digits for startup frames for a crouching move for Giovanna. So this is one of her slowest. This is actually her second slowest crouching move. But it does a decent amount of damage. It does 40 damage. So you combine 32 with this. That's a good deal of damage though. Okay, now you have your dust attack crouching. So the wolf sticks out his little paw right there. You get something that you don't expect from this, which is you get a bit of range right here with her move, with this move. Yeah, you can't combo into this. I like that. I like this move. Okay, its startup frames are 17 frames though. So if you're doing it by itself, it's a pretty hefty startup, right? The range is decent, but it's a low. Hits close to the ground. Jump punch has a startup of 6. Does 20 damage. This is, I believe this is like literally one of, if not the most lowest damaging move she has. What's interesting about this move is that you can actually hit this twice before you land, right? You have the jump kick. The jump punch recovery frames are 9 frames. The jump kick recovery frames is 19 frames. So the jump kick has the same startup as the jump punch, 6 frames. And as you can see, it's clearly better for combating people in the air. Like if somebody else has jumped in the air and they're coming towards you, you can jump in the air and you can probably beat them out with this. It's not great, as you can see, for hitting your opponents that are already grounded. That's better with punch. Now, let's go to jump special, jump slash. Let's go to jump slash. So, that's the jump slash. Now, let me just say that this is unfortunate. This is kind of disappointing to me. Her slash button is like really useful. Everything else is really good, right? But when you get to the jump slash, it's just like you can't combo into it on an opponent that's on the ground, right? So the startup for the jump slash is 7 frames. It has 24 frames of recovery, so you're not comboing with this. It does 30 damage though. Does 30 damage. So it does more damage than the jump punch and jump kick. Jump punch is 20, jump kick is 25. This is 30. I guess they just count it by 5. Yeah, that's exactly what they did. Okay, jump heavy. Okay, you can actually combo into the jump heavy. This is literally her second best jumping move. Literally. Unless you're going air to air, which I can see your jump kick being better. But if you're attacking somebody on the ground, jump punch, jump heavy slash. That's it. Okay, so now we're going to go to her jump dust move. It's a spinning kick. Right? Okay, so the starting frames for this is 7 frames. The first hit does 25 damage. Oh, they both do 25 damage for a total of 50. Okay, so we're going to go over the throws real quick. So the throw, they all have startups of 2. Essentially, you're going to press the dust button and forward. So you can call it dust 2, I guess. You can call it 2D if you want. There you go, her forward throw. And then her back throw, you just press the opposite direction towards you. So that would probably be 60. 6th dimension. Okay guys, this is InsidiousPurple, alright? So, right now I'm going to go ahead and give you guys the secret code. The secret code for the sweepstakes is blue coat. All lowercase, no spaces. Blue coat. Just in case, I'll spell it BLUECOAT, blue coat. Alright, good luck on the sweepstakes, guys. Okay, so we'll go into the special moves now. I'm gonna murder this name. That's what I was doing for like 3 seconds, trying to make sure I can say this name. But it says Ultra. So that's the kick. It's basically the wolf kick. That's what I'll call it, the wolf kick. It's Ultra, whatever. It does 45 damage. It start up at 13 frames, which is, it's not bad, but it's not good, especially if you're close in. As you guys know, there's a lot of moves that start off at 7 frames, 8 frames, 9 frames. And other characters have quite a bit of range. As you can see, she has to move in order to hit this, and the range still isn't fantastic. But this is her best combo ender, essentially, as you guys already seen. Right? I can hit the wolf kick twice right there. Trabajo, as you know, as you probably would have guessed, its starter frames are pretty high. It's 27 frames. I haven't been able to combo into this on any move, right? Yeah, so you can't really do anything outside of that, especially within any combos with this move. Essentially, this move is just for closing distance. Sol Nascente. These names, man. Alright, so this is our anti-air special. This is for countering people who come in from the air and try and attack you. Now, I'm gonna be straight up. I rarely use this move. Essentially, you're plus on block only if they're blocking in the air. This is meant to be. This is designed to be an anti-air. Okay, Sol Poente. This is the overhead. That's that. Alright, so bien dead. So it actually has 2 hitboxes. As you can see, she actually has a hitbox behind her. And that one, that startup is 4 frames. So if you jump behind them, right? You have to be like right behind them though. That means you have to start pretty close to them in order to jump on the other side of them. And then once you're airborne on the other side of them, you'll be able to start the move. Obviously you can't do it once you land because the directions, the controls for the directions change. But she does have a hitbox when she first starts behind her. And that startup is 4 frames. And then the ending one, that hit at the end is 30. Okay, so now I'm going to go into our overdrives. Now these are the moves that do over 100 damage, right? These are the flashy specials. And she has an air one and she has one on the ground, right? So the first one is Vindania. This is basically the this is basically the b-boy dancing move. So essentially she gets on 2 hands and starts spinning around. Oh, and as you can see, these overdrive moves do a lot of damage, as you'd expect. So the next one you can do in the air. Well, you can. It has to be done in the air. So you can, like I said, you can Roman cancel into this too. This is probably one of her easier input, the one with the easier input. I would definitely say that this is probably the better one. Okay, hopefully that helps you guys out, and hopefully you guys learned something from this video. Let me know if you want to see another character and which character it is. I'll be happy. I'll go ahead and go through their frame data, go through each of their moves, mess around with them, and then show you how I play them, right? And maybe that'll give you some tips on getting started with the game as well. On basically how to play with the character. I didn't go too much into Roman cancels or the special block or whatever, because, you know, this is just meant to show the frame data for this character and her moves and give you guys some ideas on how you guys might want to play her. I think she has great potentials, and I think I'd like to see her being played more. And I think she will be played more as this game continues to progress. So that's it for me, guys. This has been InsidiousPurple. I am out. Alright, I'll see you guys later.